It wasn't pretty by no means. I felt like, the first half we had to battle through some adversity, but I will say I feel like the second half we played a little bit better than what we have been the previous 3 games. So.
Hi everybody, my name's Jason Lombardi. I'm an inspector at DryTech. At DryTech we offer 3 major services, the first one being basement waterproofing, the second service we offer is foundation and structural repairs, and then the third service that we offer is mold remediation. If you feel you are having a waterproofing issue, give DryTech a call or check us out online.
And welcome back to the Pond Lehocky Eagles postgame show. You're watching us on 6abc.com, JAKIB Sports YouTube. A miserable day in Philadelphia as Hurricane Ian streaks down the eastern seaboard. And how apropos, this segment is brought to you by DryTech Waterproofing. If your basement is flooded because of all this rain, call DryTech. Our special guest is calling from the locker room, where I hope the locker room's not flooded. Great offensive tackle, the right tackle for the Eagles, Lane Johnson, joins us. Lane, are we dry there?
Nah, I'm still got soggy socks and shoes. It was just some rough weather out there today.
Lane, this was a Jacksonville defense that was giving up just 55 yards a game rushing coming into this game. You guys, obviously out of necessity because of the inclement conditions, you ran the ball 50 times for 210 yards. What were you initially thinking as you devised an offensive game plan? What was the strategic part of your running attack that you wanted to hit against this Jacksonville defense?
With their 4 down, we had a certain style of plays that we wanted to run, a lot of inside zone. And if, they moved to a more, 3-4, and then try to hit them with some outside zone. I don't know. I just feel like we got on the row and stayed consistent with it. And, some guys stepped up today. Jordan Mailata was out. Jack Driscoll came in. Isaac was playing a hell of a game, and Sua came in and helped, seal the deal. It wasn't pretty by no means. I felt like, the first half we had to battle through some adversity, but I will say I feel like the second half we played a little bit better than what we have been the previous 3 games. So, I was proud of that.
Hey, Lane, you guys, when you guys hit the second quarter, man, you just become electric. I mean, do you realize that you guys have scored 24, 24, 17, and 20 points in the last 4 games in the second quarter alone? What is going on with you guys' offense that you can't get going in the first quarter, but you have this explosion in the second quarter, and then you kind of coast through quarters 3 and 4?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain. I feel like I don't know. I feel like we have been starting faster in the first half. First quarter is kind of a dud for us, has been, but I felt like the second half it wasn't pretty, but whenever plays needed to be made and first downs needed to be had, we answered the bell. It wasn't pretty by any means, but, we knew that they had a good defense coming in. We knew they had 2 good edge rushers and Allen and Walker and a good interior line as well as good linebackers. So, yeah, man, it was just, wasn't very good conditions as far as throwing the football, but, I felt like our run game took off whenever it needed to. And
Lane, what is it like with these kind of conditions? How does that affect an offensive lineman going against a pretty good defensive front? Who has the edge there?
Man, it's I feel like whenever it's raining outside, I feel like any lineman said that's a lineman's game because you want to run the ball more and if you can, take control of the game through the ground. I feel like that's what we did. It wasn't pretty, but I feel like Miles had a heck of a game. I felt like Jalen had a heck of a game, and yeah, man, I feel like players stepped up whenever they needed to. Jack Driscoll, Sua, and that's why Stout's the best line coach in the league, man. He treats everybody as if they're starters. So when games happen, you can't really control a whole lot, but next guy mentality, and those guys answered the bell.
Is it difficult to dig in to run block in weather like this?
No, I mean, when we go into slippery situations, we have those studded cleats, so you get a little bit more traction. So yeah, that definitely helped. But I thought the field wasn't too bad. I thought they did a good job today with it.
Hey, Lane, it looked like Malata could have come back in the game. He had the shoulder injury. We also see Sayamala go down, and we saw him grab his ankle. Any update in terms of just how bad those injuries might be?
I think they're fine, at least from my point of view. I saw him walking around after the game, so it's better than going to get an MRI or whatnot. So, who knows? I mean, we'll look into it next week, but hopefully those guys will be back for us against the Cardinals.
Lane, let me ask you about the run game because you guys had one heck of a day, running the football today. Do you feel like you're a better offense when you guys can establish the run game and then pass off the run? I mean, listen, Miles, he exceeded the normal amount of carries that he had today. 27 carries, 134 yards for 2 touchdowns, a 5.0 yard per carry average. He normally doesn't carry the ball any more than 15, 16 times a game. I thought that he would have to carry it a lot more today. But from the perspective of an offensive line, what does it feel like when you just got it going? I mean, it's such a dominant thing, especially for a defensive player. The thing you don't want is the team running the ball down your throat. You guys ran the ball for 210 yards today.
Yeah, when you do that, man, you can really control the clock, the time of possession, and whenever you're running the ball, you can wear them down. Physically, it can eliminate the pass rush. And we knew today was going to be, a challenge throwing the football, considering the conditions. So, we leaned on the run game whenever we had to and answered the bell. But I mean, it was one of those games where you go out there, the wind's blowing, the rain just kept progressing. I feel like getting worse. So, at times whenever we had to run it, we did. But, really a lot of our work in the offseason has been, throwing the ball downfield. I feel like our identity last year was a lot of, run and then sell it off the play action. And then, like I said, we worked on a lot of passing game during training camp and the offseason. So, whenever we had to throw the football, we can. But today was more of a, lean on your line and the running backs type of day.
Lane, last question for me. Now you have to go to Arizona, and a lot of people are looking at this schedule thing. That probably will be the toughest test that they'll face so far. You're going to have to prepare for that. You have to go on the road at the West Coast time, all that difference that people say. So what's the mindset this week?
And I just try to, focus on my guy, whoever I'm blocking. I got J.J. Watt next week, future Hall of Fame guy. So anytime you got a guy like that, he commands attention and respect. And with their offense, they have a dual threat quarterback in Kyler Murray, and you see what kind of plays he makes. So, we know what's at stake. We know they're a good football team, and really, man, in this league, you got to hit reset, and the game's all about focus and not getting caught up in stupid things that don't matter. So keep our focus tight, keep working.
Hey, Lane, we talk about this all the time, about the depth and the versatility of this offensive line. And you've talked about it, and we've talked about how Stoutland is one of the better offensive line coaches in the game. But what are the little intricacies that you get from a Jeff Stoutland to where no matter who lines up to your right or to your left, you don't have to worry about a significant drop-off in terms of production with this offensive line?
Yeah, man, when you have Stout in there, I mean, meetings are a hell zone. I mean, to be honest with you, every day we go in there, it's balls to the wall. He, usually starts a meeting with asking people questions, putting them on the spot, and calling people out. They don't know what they're doing. He's been doing that for the past decade. It's how he is. Every day's game day for him. And so, when things don't go good or somebody, is out of the lineup, he expects the next player to, treat every day like he's the starter. So, You know, I feel like that's been, you know, kind of the tale of him ever since he's been in the league. You know, we had a lot of different lineups over the years, and guys coming in and playing well and doing good things. So, you know, it's just the culture that he's presented. You know, Nick and Shane and guys on the opposite side of the ball, just, you know, the attention to detail. And, you know, you can't give those guys, you know, enough credit for how hard they work.
Lane, now, you know, you guys are the only undefeated team left in the National Football League right now. How do you address the young guys who potentially could get complacent in a situation like this? You know, now that you guys are on the road, as the weeks go on and you continue to win, the intensity and the pressure is going to continue to ratchet up, you know, as the only remaining undefeated team. How do you approach that? How do you veterans, you know, deal with those young guys in the line in the locker room to get them to understand that each week you just got to flush it and move on to the next one?
Yeah, the pressure factor is something, you know, that you create. I know that if you go to work every day and get lost in your craft and empty your energy out in what you're doing, then you know, you can go into the game with confidence, win, lose, or draw, you know, unless you put your best foot forward. And as cliche as it sounds, you know, it's a long season. It's very easy to get lost in the hype and media attention and distractions. And you know, I think we have a bunch of leaders on this team that's you know, been a part of great teams, been a part of bad teams, and you realize that you can't get lost in anything. You got to really erase your memory from the previous week, and it really, as cliche as it sounds, man, you got to attack you know, Wednesdays and Thursdays are our practice days like it's a game day. So whenever game day comes, it's more of a routine than anything. So that's really how we approach it.
Lane, listen, thanks for spending some time with us. We'll check in with you next week at Arizona.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy the win and get some rest. We'll talk to you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Congrats,
all right, that's Lane
Take
Johnson,
care,
best right tackle in the league. This segment, of course, brought to you by DryTech Waterproofing. And seriously, if you've got flooding in your basement, DryTech Waterproofing is who you want to call. They hook me up. How you doing basement-wise?
So far,
right?
so good,
far,
especially in this tsunami that we're having now. Mm-hmm. You know, I got here at Ocean Casino yesterday. I'm texting my fam, hey, check the basement, check the basement.
Yeah,
so far, so good.
Yeah, I know he's good because he lives in a big penthouse suite.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry.
Oh, I know.
All right?
As a matter of fact,
well, you know,
hey, listen,
he has his own personal yacht that will take it from here to his house in Philly.
I live where tornadoes aren't going to be an issue. Hurricanes aren't going to be an issue.
No.
The only thing we get is a little monsoon rain. That's why I live in Arizona.
No, you get those. I was out there for one of them. You get those dust storms. You can see them coming. You get those.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. You just either pull off on the side of the road or you stay in the house till it blows by.
I'll take that over anything else. Ice, sleet, snow. I'll take it over all that stuff.
I'm talking about where you live here, that big, tall penthouse suite
Oh,
you live
Lord.
in. This is
Here's
where
a
the rain
helicopter.
is, not in Arizona. Come on, man. All right, when we come back, Devan Kaney's going to join us with the Diamond Debate. What is today's Diamond Debate? They're 4-0. They're looking good. They're going to be favored in Arizona. So we'll see where this is going to go. This is Mike Missanelli with Derrick Gunn and Seth Joyner. Devan going to join us on the Pond Lehocky Eagles postgame show. We're back after this.
Hi everybody, my name's Jason Lombardi. I'm an inspector at DryTech. At DryTech we offer three major services, the first one being basement waterproofing, the second service we offer is foundation and structural repairs, and then the third service that we offer is mold remediation. If you feel you are having a waterproofing issue, give DryTech a call or check us out online.